Dame Priti Patel, the shadow foreign secretary who warns against China's incursions into UK affairs, but whose political past reads like a who's who of political misdemeanour. Patel has now accused Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Chancellor Rachel Reeves of kowtowing to Beijing out of economic desperation. Yet, coming from somebody who secretly negotiated with Israel, India and the Gulf states, one might take her moral grandstanding with the pinch of salt it so richly deserves. Patel's case against China centres on espionage, cyber incursions, intellectual property theft, misinformation campaigns, serious issues indeed. And she calls for China to be classified as a national security threat and insists on banning TikTok, scrutinising embassy plans, ramping up the foreign influence registration scheme and so on. All reasonable measures on paper, but as a messenger, Patel's credibility is undermined by her own past transgressions. All we have to do is visit her infamous family holiday to Israel in 2017, during which she bypassed all diplomatic protocols, meeting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and others without informing the UK Foreign Office. Her discussions allegedly touched on UK aid funding for projects in the Golan Heights, a politically sensitive region, and this blatant breach of ministerial code culminated in her resignation, a resignation fueled not by principle but by exposure. Patel's ties to Indian officials during post-Brexit trade negotiations raised eyebrows, with accusations of pushing unilateral immigration concessions in exchange for trade deals. Similarly, her dealings with the Gulf states regarding deportations and broader policies have been marked by secrecy and allegations of bypassing oversight. These episodes illustrate a pattern of diplomacy conducted with a cavalier disregard for accountability that she now expects of Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer. It's ironic, then, therefore, for Patel to criticise Starmer's meeting with President Xi Jinping or Reeves's planned visit to China. Her claim that these actions amount to desperation for foreign money ignores her own entanglements with nations whose human rights records are as questionable as China's. And more than that, why do we need foreign money? Because of Patel's Brexit. Her backing of the Rwanda deportation scheme, the waste of so much there, with its opaque financial details and international legal challenges, reflects a willingness to prioritise political expediency over ethical concerns. Who is she to talk? Patel's rhetoric around Chinese espionage focuses on cases like Christine Lee, accused of working for the Chinese Communist Party. While the UK should robustly address these issues, Patel's past demonstrates how diplomacy pursued in secrecy undermines any trust that we should have in the government itself. Her call for enhanced scrutiny of the planned Chinese super embassy in London is perfectly valid, but her track record of her own secrecy raises questions about her ability to ensure such scrutiny is conducted transparently. Priti Patel's warnings about China's incursions might have merit, but her history of secretive dealings with Israel, with India, with the Gulf states erodes her credibility and her case. To borrow her own words, this smacks of desperation. Absolutely. Starmer and Reeves must ensure their dealings with Beijing are pragmatic and transparent, grounded in national interest rather than in political theatricals. Patel's intervention, while headline-grabbing, serves as a reminder that trust in diplomacy is built on accountability, not secrecy or hypocrisy. Trust in diplomacy is built on potential, not a past record. It's built on what we can achieve, as much as, or in fact far more than what we have achieved. And it's built on the reputation of the people who are negotiating. And frankly, when it comes to it, Priti Patel preaching about ethics, one might well recall the old adage, physician, heal thyself.